I am Kat. Unfortunately, many people suffer from a lack of reading comprehension skill and think you need to buy the DLC to access the full game. It sucks that the game is being reviewed, bumped to the folk slacks of the comprehension through part of this is due to there being no real tutorial that explains you unlock the gauge by practicing in its story, and halfway through the first era you unlock the select room that has a option to buy a DLC pack, and it has heavily implies a need to pay, so it's both the developers and players fault. The tutorial needs to be updated to explain that players gain access to new location naturally, or developers need to find a way to let player know speeding on the DLC pack is only cosmetic, a fast track on location, and isn't a must to play the game fully. The game is fun for what it is. Do cat things, complete cat objectives, and unlock new places to be a cat in. Controls are good and rather funny, especially when jumping into characters in game and knocking them out. Sadly, only 4 locations are in the game currently, and hopefully multiplayer and new location don't take an extreme amount of time to release. I do find only 4 locations in the game to be short in terms of gameplay, only 68 hours. But with multiplayer, a ton of new location coming in 3 updates later. It should be fine. The main limiting factor in the game is a complete absence of a option menu or option in general. I would love to use smoother turning because I don't enjoy snap turning in VR games, and for those that prefer snap turning, they should be able to choose a degree angle that snap. It's a small subset of option features missing, but it doesn't make any impact. Hopefully the developers add a comfort option to allow players to adjust the game to their preference, comfort and experience. I have not only index controls, some people have had troubles with them, but I am also limited on space due to living in a travel trailer. This game requires to move your pawn across the floor in order to move around. A lot of the time, I end up smashing my head into legs of my bed because that's where the floor height has decided to be using the player movement. Hasn't been too much help because the game will auto push you out of the object. I have also been having troubles with being unable to move because of the things such as object on the floor, poles getting stuck on things, and difficulty with being launched because I touched something wrong, or being tossed backwards when I was attempting to move forwards. The tutorial was heck to do too. Nothing in the tutorial tells you that you have to go up that wall quickly to make it register that. You are trying to go forward and being on the corner of the surface and using your pawns on horizontal surface does nothing in that position, resulting in falling around trying to pull yourself over the edge to no avail. The game is definitely fun and well made, but after 5 hours of playing, I finished the game with the feeling that I have played only 50% of potential content. What would really boost up the game in playtime would be Steve achievements, since the quest in this game only cover a small part of possibilities. Some parts also fail unfinished. For example, there is no option except of sound on and off. The snap turning is default, what is annoying. A option for motion sickness could potentially be added. What also give the game unfinished look is cosmetics. After all quests you still have in-game credits. Over even you purchase everything, there are some cosmetics menu that only give you one option, like fur color. Over the cosmetic is very useless since you are in VR and you cannot see yourself, except of close. 7 out of 10 for being able to be a cute cat and live out some cat-like behavior fantasy, but controls need some adjustment, maybe some volume sliders because the music was loud on a game start. I highly recommend to anyone who is burned out on extremely intense experience and just wants something to relax on, have some fun and enjoy a quick game that doesn't take itself too serious.